Last week in our tafsir, I believe we ended our tafsir on verse 3 of Suratul Al-Baqarah. Suratul Al-Baqarah, as we said quickly, is the longest surah in the Quran and containing the longest verse of the Quran, and at the same time containing the greatest verse in the Quran, and it is about 286 verses. Am I right? 286 verses, and it is a surah Madaniyah, and it is a surah that spoke about the kind of or the sets of people that were gathered in Medina as at that time, which is almost the type set of people you see in most of the places you are likely going to find yourself. And the surah is one of the surahs that began with some of these letters that we refer to as al-huruf al-muqatta'a, that is mystic letters. And it started by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala saying, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alif Lam Mim, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. I think those three verses or these three verses we've already interpreted them. So inshallah today we will be proceeding from verse 4, and in that verse Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is saying, the verse 3 says, Alif Lam ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. Then he now went for to say, والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said he was still giving the description of the believers, as he said that the Quran, it is a guidance for those who are God conscious, for those who want to protect themselves from the wrath, the punishment of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And then he went further to give their qualities by saying, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, those who believe in the hidden, that is in verse 3, وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ, and they establish the prayer, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, and regarding what we bestowed upon them of wealth, they spend judiciously. Then he now went further to say that وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ, that is those who are conscious of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, they are those who believe in what is been revealed unto you, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That is, they believe in the Quran, they believe in the book revealed to the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that is the Quran. يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ, that is, they believe in it. وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِن قَبْلِكَ, they also believed in what is been revealed before you. That is, they believe in the Quran, and they also believe in other books revealed by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to other messengers that came before Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, like Al-Injil, Al-Zabur, Al-Tawrah, those we know and those we don't know. Virtually all books revealed by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, we believed in them. يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. And regarding the hereafter, they have what? Sincere belief. وبالآخرة, and regarding the hereafter, هم يوقنون, they have sincere belief. That is, those who are God conscious, they believe in the truthfulness of the coming of the hereafter. Then Allah now went further to say that أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَى هُدًى مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ, those who have these qualities mentioned by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, that is, those who are conscious of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, who believe in the hidden and also establish the prayer and spend judiciously out of what is being given to them by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, those ones and all the good qualities mentioned by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala of them, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, those who have these qualities, أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ هُدًى مِّن رَبِّهِمْ, those ones are on the right path from their Lord. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, and those ones are the successful ones. So those who are really successful are those who believe in Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and do righteous deeds. So if you want to know whether you are a believer or not, now check yourself and check these qualities mentioned by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and see, do you have them? If you have them, you are a believer. If you have them, you are successful. If you don't have them, you are not a believer. And if you don't have them, you are not successful. Yes, I know sometimes when people say somebody is successful, yes, we have our interpretation. Or sometimes we'll see somebody having a lot of money, we'll say he is what? Successful. Or maybe having power, we'll say he is what? Successful. All those things are just, opportunities given to you by Allah. The ultimate goal is not those things. Because anyone that those things becomes his ultimate goal, that means he gets nothing. Why? Because anything you see in this life is temporal. Anything you see in this life is temporal. And anything you have access to in this life, it is just a means given to you by Allah to actually build your permanent home. If you have money, it is just means given to you by Allah to build your home. Whether you like it or not, a day will come that Allah will take you away from the money, or He will take the money away from you. If you have power, whether you like it or not, a day is coming that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is going to take that power away from you, or He will take you away from the power. You will have presidents who finished their tenure, and we begin to call them former presidents. And we have presidents who died in their office while their tenure is still remaining. So meaning they expired before what? Their tenure. And some their tenure expired before what? Before them. Some have money and their money finished while they are still alive. And some have money and they die and leave the world. So real success, it is a success, or real, real success, it is a success that is connected to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. That is, it is what you have that elevates you before Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, that draws you closer to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So anything you have that distance you from Allah, you have nothing. And whatever you have that draws you closer to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, it is a real success. That is why Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is saying that وَالْعَاقِبَةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. The best end is for those who are God conscious. So here Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala gave qualities of one of the sets of people that were actually gathered in Mecca. That is the believers. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala now will proceed to give us these qualities of the next set of people that were also available in Medina, which is also what you are actually, as we said, you are going to see around you. And who are those who are the next set? You see, Allah mentioned the set of who? The believers. And He gave us their qualities. So the next set is the set of the unbelievers. Then He now came further to say what? إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, certainly as for those who disbelieve, سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ, it is all the same for them. أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ, whether you warn them, أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ, or you don't warn them, they will not believe. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, certainly those who disbelieve, that is those who deny Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and His Messenger. Sawa'un alayhim, that is, and when they say those who disbelieve, that gets to this level, then you will not just see any unbeliever or any non-Muslim and you will say إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. But we'll explain that inshallah better. So Allah said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, certainly as for those who disbelieve, سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ, it is all the same for them. أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ, whether you warn them, أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ, or you don't warn them, لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ, they will not believe. That is, Allah here is referring to those that kufr, that is, disbelief, have eaten deep into their heart. It's just like maybe they ask you to call somebody who is going. You see, if he is close by, when you shout his name, he will hear you and he will turn back. But if he has gone extremely far, such that your voice can reach him, so even if you call, is it of any value? No, because your voice cannot get to him. He cannot hear you. Why? Because the distance have what? Separated you from him. Or there is something that is making him not to be able to hear you. So even if you call him, he's not going to hear you. So the call is of no value. So that is how those that kufr have eaten deep into their heart. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, Sawa'un alayhim, it is all the same for them. A'anzartahum, whether you warn them, am lam tunzirhum, or you don't warn them, la yu'minun, they will not what? Believe. Then Allah now went further to give us some of the reasons that will make them not to what? Not to believe. He said, Khatam Allahu ala qulubihim. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala have sealed their hearts. Khatam Allahu ala qulubihim. Allah have sealed their heart. And based on that, truth will never what? Enter. Khatam Allahu ala qulubihim. Allah have sealed their heart. Wa ala sam'ihim. And their hearing has been what? Have been sealed. That is, they will not hear the truth and what? Abide by it. They will not hear the truth and follow it. Wa ala sam'ihim. Wa ala abasarihim ghishawa. And on their what? Their faces, there is what? There is a cover. There is a shield. That is, there is something blocking their faces that they cannot see the truth and follow it. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ, and they have great punishment. But here, someone else may think that, oh, based on this verse, the reason why they are not accepting the truth is because Allah sealed their what? Their heart, sealed their ears, and what? Block, is covered what? Their faces, that they are not being able to what? To see the truth. But here it is not so. What is meant here is this. They denied the truth. They rejected the truth after seeing the truth. But because of their extreme denial of the truth, not ready to abide by it, then fine. Okay, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala now what? So long as they are not ready to use their ears to hear the truth, wanting to use their eyes to see the truth, and wanting to use their mind to what? To follow the truth, then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala now sealed it. Because it's of no use to them. It's equivalent to maybe you having, for example, maybe you have your food and you want to eat the food. You kept it. Then suddenly you discover that the food is what? Spoiled. So if this food spoiled, what do you do? What do you do? You throw it in the dustbin. So why did you throw the food in the dustbin? Is it that the food spoiled because you threw it in the dustbin, or you threw it in the dustbin because it spoiled? Yes, you threw the food in the dustbin because the food what? Spoiled. So it's equivalent to that. Someone made himself useless. So Allah what? trashed him. I hope we get it now. So he is not interested in listening to it. He doesn't want to take the truth. So he made himself what? Useless. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala what? Abandoned him. You see, if you want to hear the truth, Allah will open your eyes to what? To the truth. Like in a verse of the Quran, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is saying, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا, those who strive in our cause, لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا, we will guide them onto what? Our path. Or take for example, in terms of knowledge, the Messenger ﷺ said, مَنْ سَلَكَ طَرِيقًا يَلْتَمِسُ فِيهِ عِلْمًا, whoever took to the path of what? Seeking knowledge, سَهَّلَ اللَّهُ لَهُ طَرِيقًا إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ, Allah will ease for him the path to where? To Jannah. So if you don't want to follow the truth, or you don't want peace, or you don't want good for yourself, and all effort has been made, you rejected it, then Allah will leave you. So in essence, so here Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala abandoned them because they what? They abandoned Allah. That's why in a verse of the Quran, Allah is also saying, Nasullaha, they forgot Allah, فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ, and He made them to forget themselves. Nasullaha فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ, they forgot Allah, and that, Allah made them to what? To forget themselves. So here, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala do talk to us about the past generation for us to see what people did that made Allah to what? To elevate them, so that we do and we get the same result. And we also hear what people do and they suffered the consequences, for us to avoid them, so that we don't what? Suffer the same fate. So if you want Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to guide you, then what do? You struggle towards what? Following the right path. And that will, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will make the path easy for you. So inshallah, we will pause on the qualities of what? The unbelievers. Yes, here Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala spoke, about them in this, short verse, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ خَتَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ وَعَلَى سَمْعِهِمْ وَعَلَى أَبْصَارِهِمْ غِشَاوَةٌ وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ. Then the next description, the next verse is going to talk of another set. So inshallah, we will, pause on this set so that we will be able to take the next set in our next tafsir. Subhanak Allahumma bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk wa ila liqa'in akhara. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes.